Hi, also welcome to third day on this JMeter training. And as a recap, we have covered all this. Then day two we covered all this, right? So hope you all went through download and installation, right? And you didn't face any issue. If you have any issue, you can just let me know now only, right? Uh, or in the end of the session, whichever you want. So yeah, I hope all these topics are clear. I'm just asking it again. Right? So that you should not have confusion. So installation, Java installation, launching. Hope it's all clear to everyone. In the last session, I have to, and mostly we should do through command prompt. So hope you all have done, right? Can
Yes.
you guys confirm? Yeah. So any doubt in that? Anything?
No, there is no.
Okay. To all also. To all, yeah. Hope you people have also went through and download. Fine. Now next is day three. So in day three we have this core concept. And this concept will be a little bit theoretical, right? So do not expect anything like we will be using JMeter because JMeter will be using from here. So like next 4 days we will be talking about this. So yes, so that is core concept. So starting with server and its type. So see server, okay. Server, what is server? Okay, so server is a combination of hardware and software. Basically not only software but both the parts. So it's like our laptop. So if you see we have laptop, right? So inside laptop is the hardware part, the outside thing, and in that what is the motherboard, the CPUs, the RAM and processors, all things are there, internet connectivity, all these things, right? Then inside that we have our operating system, correct? And then inside that we keep our applications and we use, right? Now server means same thing, but they are especially for the installation, or you can say keeping of the application. So any application, right? So let us say we have Flipkart. So it's an application. So it should be kept somewhere, correct? So wherever it is kept, that is called server. Now there also we will be having like this hardware part will be there, right? In that CPU, okay, memory, then motherboard and all those things. Then again inside that a operating system, mainly people use Linux operating system on the servers in most like 90% of 80% of applications, right? Or Windows Server. Windows Server is another operating system used in servers. And then inside that the applications are hosted. Okay. So whatever application that is kept. So keeping is all known as hosting, right? Now, so you see, now this is not one, there are multiples. So this server is multiple. So you got the idea. First, we have to assume that there is one machine. They are big machines in the sense they are very high performing machines, very costly. Okay, their hardware will also come very costly. Generally, hardware will come mostly costly, right? Not the software stuff. So they will be having industry grade processors. Okay, Xeon processors are there of Intel. Nowadays, I think more advanced has also came, right? So processor, the motherboard, right? So they are very much outperforming. Like our laptop is a simple stuff. So you can just assume that they are of high grade CPU and other things are kept because they have to be used, right? They have to be used 24/7, 365 days. So one machine, right? Like that, there will be multiple machines. So there can be in an application 10 servers also, 20 servers also. Now why 10 and 20, that we will understand later. But for now just understand. So you can see your multiple servers are also kept, right? So you got the idea what is server, right? So it's combination of hardware and the software. So hardware part will be the outside thing, and in software will be the operating system and the application that is kept inside, right? Now there are two kind of hosting. So hosting, just now you said, right, hosting. So hosting means keeping of the applications, right? Keeping the application is technically it is called hosting. So there are two types of hosting: on-prem and cloud. Okay, on-premise and cloud. So earlier, people used to have on-prem hosting. So this is one example you can say on-prem. On-premise. On-premise means any application. So Flipkart or anyone, they will have their own separate room, you can say, and they will keep all this setup, right? So this setup where it is kept is called a data center. Right? So the room that is called as data center. Now, long back, this on-prem used to exist. Now also it is there, but for limited applications or limited companies are using it. Mostly all of them has moved to cloud. So you got the idea of on-prem, right? What is the meaning of on? Now, next is cloud. Right? Second type of hosting is cloud. Now, in cloud, what happens? Few companies are there like AWS, Amazon, AWS by Amazon. Okay, we have Azure by Microsoft. Then we have Google Cloud, GCP from Google. We have Oracle also. They are four names who like not top four, I can say, like leading four names who provide cloud services. Apart from that, many are there. Okay, nowadays many have came up in this cloud industry, but two are very famous: AWS, Azure, GC Cloud, GCP, and Oracle ones. So these now, what is the difference, right? Why they are called cloud? So cloud means what will happen. Understand in this way. Suppose there is a PG or hostel. So you might have seen some hostels are like that where in the same room there will be bed will be there and the bed will be having three layers, right? Three-layer bed. So space is that much only, right? And but we just increase the height and other things. So three people adjust in them. So you see how PG owner just run this business, right? And he gains so much profit on that, right? So this is somewhat similar to um, this cloud thing. Cloud thing means you do not have to worry about this on-prem and doing the setup. Okay, those company are doing that. So this is one example you can say they have there. This is one screenshot of AWS center somewhere in USA. I think it's from maybe Ohio or some Arizona. It's there. So it's so big buildings are there, like multiple big buildings. Whole campus is there. Right. It's a real image. It's not a false image. It's a real image. Now, what will be there in this same building? Multiple those servers will be kept. Okay. So that is blueprint here. You can see multiple servers will be kept. Then a cooling system, power backup, people to monitor. Many things are there. Okay, many things are there, right? So they maintain this infrastructure, right? This kind of company, and like that there are many because so many applications. Now, what happened? They keep all this in uh, their their place. So these are the data center. Anywhere we keep the server, that is by default it will be called as a data center. So now what is the difference you are getting? Earlier in on-prem, we have to maintain this stuff, right? Now the same thing is maintained by some other organization, which is at huge level, very large level. It's not only one, there are many like that. Okay. Now what they will do, so they have so many servers in that. Now you can rent it, renting. Okay. So suppose so many servers are there and you just need three racks, all right, three. So you can just rent those three only. No need to take all this. No need to worry about all this. Right. So renting, here renting comes. All things are taken care by them. You just you are purchasing and you are paying. Right. See, maintaining a data center is a very costly affair. Most of the time, if you see here, many things are there. Power generator, power generator, emergency backup. Main thing is cooling system. Okay, they require very huge amount of water to be cooled. Right, like that, security and other things. So suppose a organization is maintaining his own, so you see how much headache he is. Any organization, any company, if he's maintaining his own, so how much headache he has to take, right? Now, if one organization is maintaining like this, and you are just renting one rack or two rack, here so many racks will be there, right? In this, so many racks will be there, and you are taking one rack. Rack means, what is the meaning of rack? Like rack means a combination of multiple servers is called rack, right? So you need 10 servers or 20 server. You are taking from him and you are paying the rent and you are using it, right? So it has become cloud. That is the term called cloud. See, people call it as a cloud, but there is nothing such a cloud. Cloud is like there is nothing such cloud. It is also somewhere it is there. Okay, somewhere in some location it is there. Your server is there physically. Only thing instead of you maintaining, they are maintaining, and you are taking few server how much you need from them, and you just rent it and you start using it. Now, uh, while renting, you cannot no need to go there, right? They have made these consoles. So you might have seen AWS consoles, for example, Azure consoles, right? So through that only you can manage all the things. So you can go to AWS website, uh, how many servers you want, you can purchase, create your account, and that's it. Um, you can get your servers, and this is a console. So here you can see like server is called an instance generally. Okay. And they have a different size also. Many things are there. If you go to the AWS website, you can see like pricing plan and anything other thing also. You can see pricing, right? What all thing you need, right? So generally the servers have some name. You see here micro, T4G, small, medium, large. And if you click on them, you can get more details on that, which are hardware and other things, X large, and their per hour rate. You see, using suppose you use one T4G large, you will be paying this much per hour, and what you are getting, they have given all these things, right? So like that, and you just rent it. So you see how easy it becomes. Okay, and that's people say it's a cloud. Okay, and you all control it through a console. So AWS console and other things. Yeah. Now, managing this console and so inside the organization earlier, IT infrastructure team used to be there. Okay, earlier. Now the same role has been switched to AWS administrator, you might have, or Azure administrator, because earlier those people used to maintain their own data structure and everything. They sorry, data center, and they used to do everything. Now since people are going from this and they are now purchasing the server, but not purchasing, renting the servers now. So we need a people who manage this console, right? Who make the application run inside a server which is coming through this console. So for them, like this kind of role you might have seen, AWS administrator, right? These roles has came up. So main concept is same. Only the principle is same. Only few things has changed. Earlier, instead of we having the thing, now other big companies are having that, and we are just renting it, right? So you can also rent, and you can hire some AWS administrator who know all the thing, or if you also know, it's better. And then you can have the server ready. You can deploy means keeping your application in them, and everything will be done. And you will be monitoring constantly, right? So this headache will be gone. This headache maintaining power system, cooling system, security stuff, backup stuff, all thing will be gone, right? They are worrying about that, right? Those big very big organizations, they are Amazon, Microsoft, you know how big they are, right? So they are managing. So that is the difference between on-prem and cloud. Okay, so on-prem servers, and nowadays every application mostly is on cloud one. Those who are not the cloud, or they are moving towards, means they are migrating. Okay, it's called migrating from on-prem, means owning their own data center. They are now moving towards uh, owning a cloud system. Okay, so only difference is this much, nothing there also. Here also you'll be having a CPU memory, like as I have seen shown you here, right? CPU memory, okay, another thing, right? And when you spin up, like when you make the console, you will get operating system also, which one you will install, what other software, everything they will give, and you are just renting. Right? So that is thing. That is the right. So hope you. So going forward, like hope you will not be having any confusion if anyone say cloud. So what is the meaning of cloud? Nothing. Meaning is earlier people used to have their application hosted on the server which used to be on premise, right? Means they are on. Now they are hosting on the the same server renting concept. It's called server renting concept given by Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Amazon, which is AWS through that, and they are renting the server. They are putting their application over there, so it is called as cloud. Okay? Right? But at the end of day, if you see, all they have, it's not like something cloud, right? No, hardware is there somewhere in that big servers racks are there, and you have and you take just whatever you need from. So the same PG system, right? Like beds will be the multiple bed will, and you will take only one bed, and it's enough, right? Even price you have to pay less. So they are doing all this stuff, and you take few, how much you require, right? Even earlier, maintaining these servers were very risky. Also now, from security point of view and many things, right? If any attack happens or any damage happens, fire threats or many things, right? So you see how much huge loss it will happen. Uh, but this way you don't have to worry from the security also, because this company are they are taking care of it. And mostly if you see, all these are of US based companies, right? So US is a very secure nation, correct? You know that. So when it comes to its protecting its citizens, protecting its business, right? How secure it is. So that's why. Okay? And you are renting. So so your headache, most of the headache is gone. You do not you do not worry. Plus they have many backups. Many things they take care. You know, suppose something happened or fire or some mishap happened and this thing got destroyed, right? So they have immediate backup. All thing can be transferred to some other data center immediately. Okay. So all these features they have. So and you do not have to worry, right? So that's why this concept is increasing day by day. And now many companies have came up who are offering this renting server renting service, which is cloud service. Right? Fine. So this is about servers, correct? And on-prem and cloud. Now there are different types of servers. We will understand them. Web application, database, others are there. Few others are also there. So we will certainly understand them in upcoming PPTs. Next is protocol. Now protocol means what is a protocol? If you see, so technical definition is it's a set of rule and guidelines for communicating data between two devices. Okay. So you might have learned in computer network syllabus was there in engineering or even in MCA, BCA. This is there, computer engineering. So Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, these are a protocol. They comes under protocol, right? So protocol is means two devices is connecting between connecting and communicating. So they follow some technology, correct? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, in, now the NFC and NFC is there, and many things are there, correct? So, uh, so these are the protocol at hardware level, correct? Then we have protocol for internal applications level also. So, like suppose browser or our mobile apps, they are communicating with their server. So how that communication is happening? So that is also a protocol. They also follow a protocol, but like I just said, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, they are protocol of hardware level, means two hardware are communicating. These protocols are of at software levels, means two services or two software are communicating. So they also follow a set of rule and guidelines, right, for communicating between two devices, you can say, or two mediums, right? Now, next is so how which are the different protocols available here, right? So we have HTTP, FTP, SMTP, SMP, TCP protocols. Okay. Now, most of out of this HTTP protocol is very famous one. Uh, it is used as a communication between a browser and uh, the server. Right? Suppose you are opening Flipkart, so you will be using browser and you are opening that Flipkart.com or anything ICIC.com or whatever. So this communication how it is happening. So through HTTPS, then web services soon or microservices. Okay, APIs, right? Mobile device, mobile apps. So how they all communicate? So all they follow this HTTPS protocol. FTP is for file. It's FTP file transfer protocol, right? So file upload, download. Then this is for email, and these are some networking level protocols. So out of this is very important, and we will be talking about this very soon. First, let us. So we will start about from HTTP protocol from here, right? So before that, let us understand few things like PTLC lifecycle. So PTLC lifecycle. Okay. Sorry. I think I just accidentally disconnect. Fine. It's recording as well. Yeah. So PTLC lifecycle, performance testing lifecycle. So see, generally in this software world, there is a life cycle. Life cycle means what? Few steps that needs to be followed in a sequence. Okay, few steps that needs to be followed in a sequence is called life cycle. So we have software development life cycle is there, right? Same way we have software testing life cycle is there. We have a bug life cycle also like that. Okay, so bug life cycle. So people from functional testing background, they will be knowing bug life cycle. Now we have same as performance testing life cycle. Okay. Now life cycle as as I said, what it is. It is a set of steps in sequence which needs to be followed. Okay. In sequence to get that work done. So suppose you are going to do a performance testing of any application. So there are some set of steps that we need to follow. So that is called what PTLC life cycle. Right? It's not very difficult to understand. You'll get the idea. So around 6 to 7 phases, or you can say steps, are there in this. Right? Yes, steps. Now, first one is a non-functional requirement gathering, okay, which is called NFR gathering and documentation. So, what is the meaning of this NFR gathering? See, whenever there is a testing, right? So we have to gather some requirement. Okay, so a functional tester. So we have few, 2 days back we have understood, right, what is the difference between functional testing and non-functional testing. Right? So there are functional testers also, which are also called in manual or automation tester, right? So when they do anything, right, so they have to also prepare a document. Suppose they want to start testing some website, right, or some feature of the website. So they prepare a complete document. They maintain a Excel sheets, right? Now, okay, and in that everything is done. Okay, and according to that only everything is proceeded. Okay. Now, same way. So those documents, generally functional documents are called functional test documents. Test case documents are called BRD documents, business requirement documents. Okay. Now, same way we have to maintain the things, or we have to prepare a document like that in our performance also. Now, why it is called NFR, right? You see, so NFR means, see, performance testing is we have two types of we have two types of testing, right? Functional testing and non-functional testing. Now, So functional testing, their document will be called as BRD document, or some other name is also there. Now, performance testing is a part of what non-functional testing, correct? Non-functional testing. So that's why its document name is NFR document. Got the idea? NFR document. So that's what NFR requirements and gathering them and documenting them. So NFR documentation, you can say, gathering and documentation. Now, what we do that in that, right? So basically, we take the input from the product owner. Product means application. I mean, whatever application you are going to test. So that application is called product, and there will be some owner of that, right? Obviously, some owner will be there. So we have to take input that you can also talk as a project. Okay, let us say that product is also called, you can say, project, right? So let us say in IT world it's called as a product or project, right? So this is a now some owner will be there, right? So that is called client or business client. Owner is called business client. So we have to take in now as a tester, we have to take some inputs from them related to the performance testing. So many examples are there. Okay. So for example, how many number of load tests you want to do, right? What is what you are thinking, like how much response time you want uh, to be for that application, right? For every transaction that is there. Then there are some other technical words also that you will understand slowly if you do not know, like concurrency, think time, throughput, pacing, environment, technologies, blueprints, application architectures, right? All these things. So slowly you will understand these keywords. So do not worry about that. And also do not worry that about NFR initially, because NFR gathering and documentation is this is done by some senior level guy. So, right. So if you are going at entry level, let us say at 3 years or 4 years of experience till 7 years, you do not have to worry. Right. This is because this needs some experience, and then only anyone can directly talk with the client and prepare, get gather this or prepare it themselves. Right. But this is the initial phase. Okay. So the uh, right. So that is there, and even so there is one PPT also on that. I'll give you later on that. So here you can see performance requirement gathering. One whole PPT is there, right? So you can read it after uh, later on, right? Because some keywords mentioned here you'll not be understanding initially. Right? That's why I said it requires not like entry level people, means early people like till 4, 5, or 6 years of experience. People do not worry much on this because it needs some experience. You have to be aware of many things slowly. Then only you can talk with. You can be more confident to talk with the client and gather all this information. Okay. So yeah. So do not worry. But yeah, the first thing starts with gathering the requirement. And what requirement? So as a just for an example, let us say there is an application. Suppose Flipkart. So with how many number of user you want to get it tested, right? That will be there. Then how much response times you are expecting, or yes, or your expectation is. Then how much uh, like what will be the baseline with what will be the minimum user load you want to get it tested out, what is the maximum user load you want to get it tested, right? Then we have this whether this application has been tested earlier or not, or this is completely new testing is going. So many things are there. If it is been tested earlier, so what are the metrics? Metrics means the test result. So you have to go through them, you have to check them, right? So like that. If it is all new, that is also fine. So we have to start everything from scratch, right? So this is there, and there are some many other inputs. Application, what is application architectures, what tools and technologies are used. Now, meaning of application architecture is, so we will understand what is application architecture also. You'll get idea. So we will slowly understand here application architecture here, architecture, right? So yeah, do not. But so tools and technologies, blueprint, right? Environment, test data, scenarios, many things are there. fine. So that is that whole thing will be gathered and documented. So right. So that is what NFR gathering. Next is on this NFR gathering one. We have next is test planning. Okay. Now again, test strategy or test planning. So test strategy or test planning is also kind of senior level manager and senior level involvement only. So in that they decide, they plan. So for doing anything, you have to plan, right? How to get the things done. So it all starts with like budget allocations, resource allocation, protocol identification, tools pickup, environment setup, all the things. Now for an example, allocation, resource allocation. Resource means um, who in suppose there are team, right? So many people are there who will be working on that, right? What tool you will be using? Well, whether you will be using JMeter, whether you will be using other tools, so many other performance testing tools are there. What you will be using, whether you will be doing your work. So that is called environment or infrastructure. Somewhere you have to do your work, right? Somewhere you cannot do on your personal laptop. Right? All the setup is done. So for a project where you will be working, so that is called environment, right? So all the and protocol also. Um, Protocol identification is like there are different tools and technologies, as you said. So that application, which technology it is used, and then whether that uh, tool that we have decided, or which tool will be supporting that technology, right, to get it worked on, right? So that all thing is planned, right? That it comes in planning phase. So again, that is also senior level, manager level kind of stuff. Then the main thing starts from test design or test scripting. So this is the page where we get our work started, and that is where the tool is involved, and we start making the things. So in the day one only, I explained, right, why we need the performance testing tool, because we cannot bring real users and we cannot ask them to do the same thing, right? Suppose one time you can hire, suppose you have hired 5,000 people for 2 hours, right? You will pay them, okay, just 2,000 per hour or 1,000 rupees per hour. You have hired, right? Or like that, something you decided, and you hired 5,000 people, and all 5,000 manually they come, they will start using your application, and you will monitor the performance. But it's not a beneficial, right? Because it's not just one time activity. You have to do it regularly, right? Next time also, or after 1 year, after 6 months, you have to do all this thing, correct? So that time, every time you cannot bring 5,000. Suppose you have to bring 10,000 users. So from where you will bring real people, right? Not possible. So that is when we these tools, right? This performance testing tool will come in picture. And we what I told, if you remember that, what performance testing tool does, right? So if you remember the slide one long back here. So what a performance testing tool does, right? So they simulate the real user behavior. Means what a real user does. Suppose on Flipkart, you launch the website, then you are browsing. You can log in, or even if you do not want to log in, you can browse a product. Suppose laptop, then you are clicking, and a real user is doing that, right? So what we'll do first, we make the tool to do that thing, correct? So that tool can also launch the uh, of that page, the website. He can also search laptop. He can select one of the laptop. He can add that laptop to cart. He can log in tool. I'm not talking about tool, right? Remember. So we make the tool do that. Right. So this making, how the tool will be doing that, right? This whole process is called what? Scripting. Remember, it is called scripting or test designing. Because tool automatically no one will know. Even suppose you want to drive a car, no one knows, right? We have to learn that, right? So same way, any tool you pick up, JMeter loader, now what he has to do, so we have to tell him, right? Okay, this is JMeter. Hey JMeter, we want you to do this. Now what the JMeter should do, we want to test this application, but how to test, right? How he will open the website, how he'll search a laptop, how he'll click on the laptop, right? How he'll add to cart, how he'll log in, how he'll do that. So we have to make him do that, right? Like suppose a robot has to do something, so we have to program it, correct? So same way, so we have to make these tools do that same activity which a real user does. real user does, right? So that whole thing is start with this designing step, or which is also called as scripting phase, test design or test scripting. Got the idea? Right. Now, in this phase, so this is the main phase where tool is involved and we get the things done. We work on tool, we work on the scenario, and we slowly get the things done by this tool. So it's a very long phase actually. It's not a very simple phase. Okay. So these many steps are involved. Now, so I'll come to this. After that, once once that designing is or scripting is done, then execution, load test execution, or you can say performance test execution is done, right? So again, I'll go back there. You can see here what I have it. So say they simulate the real user behavior, right? Like web page login, web page launch, login, submit, and order, and then they generate the desired user load on the server, right? That is what load test, performance test. Uh, so that's what, right? So that's what tool does. So what tool will do? You can see. So they will do the real user simulation in form of scripting. Then they generate the user load, which is test execution, right? And then we get the test result or test matrices. So very yeah, fine. So the after that scripting phase, which takes times, which is a little long phase because we have to make the tool do that, right? On any application. So that whole phase is very long phase actually. Now, once that is done, then what we'll do now, just now, the load test or performance test execution. Once we had the execution, suppose you run for 1000 user or you run for 5000 users, right? Or 100 users also, whatever. So you will get a result, correct? Test run and right test results. So next phase is analyzing that results, okay, and reporting it. Means keeping somewhere, right? Documenting, you can say, reporting or documenting. Wait, documenting, right, documenting. The test result also we have to keep somewhere or document it, right? So we will be getting some results, right? So for an example, suppose this one. Suppose I ran this for 100 users, you can see. Now this is the test result, okay? 400. Now analyzing it, okay, documenting it, analyzing it. So in that analysis, what we do slowly we'll learn. So for an example, just for an example, you can see like my order one is one of the transaction and it is taking 18 seconds. You see, 18 seconds for 100 users or 88 users. Right? Some failures are also there. So like that analysis, right? Right. So that's what you have to also do, right? So as I said, we when we test is executed, uh, test execution is very easy for actually. Okay, as I say, scripting is long page. This is very easy phase. It's very easy. People think it's hard. Actually, that is only very easy. You have to just execute. Very simple. You have to just put the number of users and some stuff, and you have to run. The test will run, and then it will generate the report. So this phase is a simple phase. Then once you have the result, you have to analyze. So just now I have shown. So analyze, error analysis, reporting, all these things. After that, once analysis is done and documenting, reporting and documenting is done, then there is benchmarking and recommendation also. So benchmarking and recommendation, this thing slowly comes. Actually, it will not come directly. When you start working on project and 2 3 projects you work on, then you get the more clear idea because no one will teach you this. Okay, I'm clearly saying it. I can tell you here from my experience, but when you do the things with your hand no, on multiple projects, then you'll get the idea. Now what is the recommendation means here, right? Meaning of recommendation means, suppose as I said here, see that This thing has taken 18 seconds, right? Suppose you have seen that my order stuff is taking 18 seconds. So from your experience, from your knowledge, you will be recommending something that, hey, let us check this, or I have checked this, some fix we have to do at this level and that level. So from my knowledge, what I have gained, I'll be sharing that knowledge to you, right? Slowly when that this part will come. But again, as I said, when you work on multiple projects, this will come on your own, right? So recommending means why this is 18 seconds. What fix you will recommend so that this 18 seconds should be reduced? Getting the point? This response time. So that is what analyze. That is what recommend benchmarking and recommending, right? Which comes with analysis is easy, okay, but this comes with working on multiple projects. You slowly gain the experience, and that experience matters. That's why we switch job after gaining experience, and then why salary is more for experienced people, because that is what, right? Experience. Many things come with the experience only, right? If fresher cannot get a salary of 7 year or 8 year experience guy, no, there is something in that fellow, correct? 8 year guy, experienced fellow, something is there in him, right? We compare to fresher, right? Because that experience is gaining and people is paying for that experience, okay, so that he can apply that experience and help that project. Okay, so that's why this part comes with the experience. And then rerunning. So what is rerunning? Right. So rerunning, let us say that, okay, you ran for just now I just said that suppose we ran for 100 users, and we see problems are there. A response time problem, you see high, very high. Errors is also coming. So fixing will be there. Okay, let us fix this. Let us fix this issue. So you will analyze, and if you are in that levels that you can recommend, so you will recommend. You will work with the development team, the SRE team. Okay, and all together you people will fix it. You will see the problem where it is. Problem is called bottleneck. So this is called bottleneck. Okay, this is a bottleneck. Or here error is there, that is called a bottleneck. So in performance testing world, right? For some keywords are there, right? I think we have talked earlier also. Bug, okay, bug or defect. Then we have vulnerabilities. We have bottlenecks, right? So in performance testing world, any bug or any problem, any issue is called as bottleneck. So that is the bottleneck. So you identify the bottleneck, right? Identify the bottleneck. Now that's what if you can recommend, or you people like we have to just collaborate with the developers and we fix that. Now let us say when it is fixed, so we will be rerunning again. We'll be running for 100 user and we'll be checking, okay, how much it got reduced, whether this problem got solved or not, whether my application now is supporting for 100 user. So this process will go on. You see, this process will go on. So that is what rerunning. Okay. Right. Now, suppose you have done everything for 100 users. Next, what? Let us say for 500 users. Next, 1,000 users. Till suppose for how many number of users your application people, right? The owner, business owner want their application to be perfect, correct, in terms of performance. So let us say 5,000 users or 20,000 users. So we have to start from that 100 and or 1,000 and let it go to 5,000 or 20,000, right? You have to run till 20,000 and then make it foolproof so that there no such issue comes, right? Till 20,000 users is also running. Depending on the requirement, every business has different requirements. Some business can have 100 users also. Some business can have 1,000 users also. Some business can have 10,000 users also. Some can have 20,000 users also, right? Depending on different business requirements. Okay. Right. So you see, so it's a very long phase. It's not immediate because you see, 100 user. Suppose we got a problem, now it will be fixed. So fixing and rerunning, and then this only will may take 2-3 months like that. Okay. Then once it is fixed, or yeah, minimum 1 month or 2 months it will take one. Then again you run. Okay, now you ran for 100 user and it's working very fine. It's perform response time and all thing is good. Now you increase to do same for 500, 1,000. So slowly we do that. So you see, good performance work can go for 1 year, 2 year also. Okay, depending on or if the application is see many time what happen companies parallel designing the application and parallelly they are doing performance testing also. So sometimes their project goes for 5 years also on project because uh, you are adding a feature. Feature means you understand, right? A module. What is the mini module? Suppose you are there is your application and there you have to do login. So login is called a feature or a module. So when login is designed, so you have to test it. Then some additional feature is there, and you have to test it. So slowly, so it can go for lifelong like that. Or some organization they do in the end means they have developed all the project now they have tested and everything is fine. Testing means manual testing, the auto functional testing, all thing is done. Now in the last they will do performance testing. Means only focus on performance. Application is full ready, and now let us focus. So that also goes for 1 year, 2 year like that, right? So a single project goes for 1 year, 2 year minimum. Maximum it can go to 5, 6 years also depending on how the development is going, right? So that is this is what. So see, so this is the PTLC life cycle. You got the idea, right? What is the meaning of life cycle? Life cycle means steps, the phase, right? Through which these things are followed or done. Now here main phase is this phase, scripting, because we have to make the tool prepared, right? And that is what we are going to uh, learn more, right? And here we will be using that is scripting and other thing. Which tool we will be using, right? Tool pickup. Tool pickup will be JMeter, right? We are going to do learn JMeter. Right? Here I can write in word, but then fine. Now let us go to okay. Let us go to this phase, this design phase, which is a big phase, and that is the important. Now, so test design or test scripting phase. So test design and test scripting phase starts with first it starts with identification and documentation of business or test scenarios. So will be like what is this, right? So that's what we will understand slowly one by one. Business or so first step here. So in this also there are sub steps are there. This is sub step. So first it start with identification and documentation of business or test scenario, which is also called as this business or test scenario is also called as business flow or user journey, right? Or user flow or user story. Correct. So wait, I'll read. So identification and documentation of business or test scenario and their transactions. Every business scenario have transactions along with critical scenarios, feasible and non-feasible scenarios. So this is also called as uh, test case or test plan documentation, document preparation. Right? Correct. Because we have to document, so it is preparation. Now, what is this? Right. Okay. So once this is done, then things start with the recording. Basically, it's the capturing of request and response for each transactions here of or user action for a particular business scenario. Then enhancement, then establishment. Enhancement, these things are there, right? You see, correlation, parameterization, putting assertion, use of functions, writing custom code, test data preparation, tool setup, etc. Right. Now we'll see first this. What is a business scenario or a transaction? So see, first let us understand about business scenario. So suppose we have our e-commerce website, which is flipkart.com. Now, so I have for now. Let us go to the PPT. Just a second. So here you can see I have written some a business scenario on an application. So remember, on an application there can be different multiple business scenarios. Okay. So for an example on Flipkart, the main business scenario we have buyer buying the product. This is also called as product booking. Right? This is also called as what? Product booking. So if you see for an example, this is Flipkart, and what a user does here, understand? Any user, he generally they books the product, right? Online platform to book a product. Now, what is the flow of booking a product, right? So okay, see, first thing we have a main scenario here. What is that? Is what booking of a product, right? Anything, laptop, mobile, or whatever. And many things are there. We can book that, right? And that is the main thing. So this is called one scenario, right? Scenario means the functionality. Understand? See now, what is the meaning of scenario? If you try to understand in layman's language, so scenario means functionality. Like a normal user means the real user, what they do on that website, what they do on that application. So that is called a scenario. See, no one will, you will not see a name here. We have to just categorize. Here, no one is written, okay, there is a product booking or there is a cancellation. Nowhere it's written, right? But as a tester, we categorize, okay, there is a product of booking of the product, then what other thing a user does on this website, right? So, what other thing user does? Suppose they book the product booking or buying product. Many people cancel the product. Many people register complaint. People means the user, right? Many people write reviews. Many people raise refund concerns. Many people do registration. Like suppose you first time you want to use Flipkart, you have to do registration, right? Account registration. So you see, this functionality a normal user is doing. That is what it is called as business scenarios. So on an application, there can be multiple business scenarios. Okay. So again, just rewind. So product booking, product cancellation, registering of complaint, writing reviews, okay, user registration, uh, refund kind of stuff, right? Then query support, chat. These all things are there. Right? So this is user related. These many scenarios are there. Hope you everyone is aware of this, right? So these things are categorized, right? So a business scenario is category name of the functionality the user is doing. Next is so like that there are many other scenario on the same Flipkart. So this is for buyer, those people who buy. Then we have yeah. Okay. So that is for buyer. Then this same Flipkart or Amazon is used for sellers also, right? Seller who sells the product, right? So we have seller. So you can register yourself. Suppose you want to sell your product, so you can register yourself. Right? Then uh, uh, then you will post your product, right? So seller registration. Then you put your products. Now there is admin people of Flipkart also. Uh, when a seller is registering, getting him registered, or he's adding some product. So seller, okay, this is admin. Sorry, I'm saying seller is here. Oh yeah, seller, right? Seller registration is also there. Then seller adding product, seller deleting a product. Then admin people are there. So admin people who seller doing a registration, they will help in that. Seller adding a product, so admin people will approve it, right? Whether the product is correct or not. All these things. To see, there are so many scenarios. So like that on a banking application only, if you see on user side, if you think main use is transferring of the money, right? Then apart from that, there can be anything: your credit card, or payment, your bank transfer, statements, loan, many things will be there, right? So these are there. Then same way, suppose we have a food booking website. So what are the scenario there? Main scenario is or booking of the food only. Generally cancellation. I think very rare there it happens on a food booking website because time limit is very short. You have to just cancel in 30 seconds or 1 minute, right, after ordering a food. So, but that scenario will also be there, or car raising a complaints will be there. But main on a food booking website nowadays in India is like ordering of the food one is one main scenario is there, right? So like that. Okay. So you got hope you understand what is the meaning of the scenario. So like that on an application we can have multiple different business or test scenario. So we have to identify them and document. Now we have to also identify and document the transaction. So a business scenario is also called as test scenario or business flow or user journey or user story. It's the same. These all are same thing. Okay, same thing. Got the idea? Now every business scenario have a set of transactions. Okay, or these transactions are also called user action or test steps. Now what is this test transaction or you can also call them user action. These are the steps that a user does to complete that scenario. Okay, a set of steps that user does to complete this product booking. So for an example, let us say you want to book a laptop on this Flipkart. So that is the product booking scenario. We got it. Now each step, each user action means what the user is doing. So first user has launched the home page, right? You open the website and then you have written www.flipkart.com and this is home. So this is first one user action, user action user has does. Technically it is called as one transaction. Then another user action, what you will do, you will type here, suppose laptop. So searching the laptop, right? Searching laptop. So you search the laptop and then you hit the enter button. So that is second user action, right? Second user action, which is searching a laptop. So it can be called as second transaction also. What we are doing, we are going to book a product, which is laptop. Now, how we are doing that? So steps, little steps are there, right? So those are called transactions. So now we got so many laptops. Now which one you decide? You can see some brief here and you can see the price. So which one you like, right? Now you'll be clicking on that, right? So let us say you want this. So this is you are clicking on this Asus laptop. So selecting a laptop, right? So that is third user action user has done. So that is what third transaction. That is third transaction. Right? Now suppose you have decided this to buy, so you will click on buy. Okay. So that is fourth user action, right? Fourth user action. Technically, it will be fourth transaction, right? Fourth transaction. Then sign up yeah, sign up, right? So which is fifth. Then choosing a delivery address, payment order summary, payment. So you see, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, like that. These steps are there, right? And when you complete final after payment, then finally the product will be booked. So you see, almost 10 steps will be there, and then you log out. Correct. So this 10, 12 steps or 10, 12 user action that user does to book a product or let us say to book a laptop on a Flipkart website or on any website, they are called as transaction. Technically, they are called as what? Transaction. So anything, suppose you want to book a food on a food delivery app. So you will do what? You will first open the app, right, or the website. Then you will whatever you want to eat. Suppose you want to eat chicken biryani. First it will take the location, right? Because nearby restaurant it will find. So where your location right, it will tell. Then what food you want to eat, you will enter it. And it will give you the list of restaurant which is best. You will choose that, and then slowly you will pick the quantity. You will pay, and that. So you see, you have ordered the food. So food booking is a scenario, but the steps that you are doing, the small steps to complete that scenario, that is what uh, called transactions. So every scenario have business transactions. Okay, a small transactions or user actions. So every scenario have transactions. So so that's why when we identify the business scenarios, we have to also identify the related transactions of that scenario. and all is document. Means in a file we document it. That is also called as test case documentation or test case document preparation. In that some other thing are also there like critical scenario, feasible and non-feasible. What is the meaning of critical? Means important one, very important one. What is the very important scenario on that function? Feasible and non-feasible means which we can do, which we can test. This is which we cannot do, which we cannot test. Right. So that is what scenario and transaction is. Correct. After that, we have after doing that we pick any one scenario. So many scenario will be there, but any one you will pick first, and you'll start working on that. So see, suppose we booked a product on Flipkart, and these are the steps we did. So a normal user did that. Now we have to make the tool do that because we cannot bring real users, right? So tool has to do that. Any performance. So this step, this is what test scripting phase, where we will make the tool do that booking, okay, for us, that product booking for us. So this whole thing is like it will start from recording, announcement, and establish. So once we get it done all together, right, then we run the test. Correct. So first we generate the number of users, how many new number of users you want. So that tool will do that. That's why performance testing tools are used. But main thing first we have to get the tool do that, right? Get the tool book a product. So that is there. So we got hope we understand today, right? So this is what we do. A screenshot. So suppose home page, search, view, add to cart, checkout, right? So this whole thing is called business scenario. You can see session name and a user session can also be called. Then whenever we do things, the request is fired. So we will understand this diagram more. But yeah, little bit idea you might have got what happened. This is the application server. So whenever we do anything on the website, request goes right in the form of yeah transactions. When we do the user action, suppose we launch homepage, so request is going. This request is called what? Load is going, right? Load. One user load or 100 user load or 1,000 user load, right? You search a laptop. So this load is going here. Load means pressure, right? Pressure is going to the server. This is server. This is application, right? What is server? Hardware part will be there. Then application, operating system part, then application. Okay. So slowly we'll understand everything. We cannot jump now only. So first we will understand scripting, test run, and all the thing. Then in last we'll understand analysis also on server side. So that performance engine concept which has been there, right? Monitoring of the server. Like as you said, suppose this one is taking 18 seconds, right? So how to analyze that? Where is that problem, right? So that is comes under as you said experience and performance engine. So where we'll see some concepts related to monitoring thing where we focus on monitoring of the servers, right? Some command monitoring of Windows server, monitoring of the Linux servers, right? And using some tool also um, to find this bottleneck, to analyze that bottleneck, right? So whatever little experience I have means whatever we will be going through that. Now next will be HTTP protocol. So to understand this, see, like if see, so this we got it right. This might have been clear now. But next step is recording, and if you see recording, like it's basically recording or capturing the request and response for each transaction. You see, for each transaction or user action of a particular business scenario on an application on which we'll be working. So everything starts with recording or capturing of what? Request and response, right? Capturing of request and response. Now, what is this request and response? Correct. That is what a part of HTTP protocol. So first we will understand about HTTP protocol because HTTP protocol is very important here. Uh, As I said, it's one of the, what is the meaning of protocol? It's a set of rule and guideline to communicate between two devices or two softwares, right? So one of HTTP protocol is one of the protocol. Now you can see. So it's a general, in general, it's a communication protocol for web application, means a browser and the application, then mobile apps, then web services, microservices, right? So very important. It has 5 schemas or component. We have request, we have response, it has header, request method, and a status. So we'll see this. So I think for today it's done. Tomorrow we'll start from here and we will understand. So one day, uh, tomorrow whole day, I think it will go on that where we will understand yes whole thing, request, response, header, another thing, and about browser, tool developer tool, get request, the different status code. Then next day we'll be understanding cookies and cache, and in last this architectures and layers. I think 4 days. Yeah, almost it take always 4 days to cover this. I have to increase this 3, 4 till the 6. Okay. So 4 day, I think it will. So this week, yeah, in this week we'll finish this stuff. So any doubt, any queries you have? So from tomorrow, we'll be talking about. So hope this session was fruitful. So let me know if you guys have any doubt or any queries. We can discuss. Okay. So no doubt, right? So then we can discuss. Fine.